Yeah. Yeah.
God bless you. What troubles you?
I delivered the things as you asked.
I already know. My spies told me everything. She was wearing the necklace this morning as I asked in the letter.
So you'll go to the rendezvous with her?
Certainly not. I'm not going to pounce on her like a bull in rutting season. Her feelings must be allowed to mature gradually. Meanwhile, you'll get a potion for me.
I thought you didn't believe in witches' brews.
This is no witch's brew. It's an absolutely tried and tested elixir called Musk of Infinite Allure. There's a fellow in Sasau who sells it and he guarantees its success.
Musk of Infinite Allure? Sounds irresistible. All right, I'll try and get it for you.
I'm sure I can rely on you. Here's some coin for your costs.
Take care. God save you. One beer.
Well, well, who have we here?
Ah, the prodigal son returns. I knew you'd come back to me one day.
Let me guess, you saw it in a dream?
I knew you were going to say that.
But I had a divine revelation. That next time I won't be around to pull you out of the shit.
Oh, well, I am sorry. But these things are sent to try our fortitude in the face of adversity.
I'd like to try your fortitude. I've heard you know of some irresistibility potion or whatever it is.
Ah, naturally, Musk of Infinite Allure, an age-old recipe, maybe even older, tested by Moses himself.
Moses?
How do you think he managed to get his people to follow him through the desert for 40 years? It's extremely potent.
Yeah, so it would seem. How much do you want for it?
Who do you take me for? The wisdom of the ancients isn't something that's bought and sold in the marketplace. Did Jesus charge for his miracles? But since you ask, how about this much?
What? That much? You're a crook.
As King Solomon said, honesty is for those who can afford it. If you like, I can mix the elixir for you in exchange for a small favor.
Oh, not again.
Now, is that any tone to use with your master? For shame.
Apologies, Master. I was carried away by my thirst for knowledge.
I understand your impatience, but the way to wisdom is narrow and arduous.
And leads out the window. So what is it you want from me now?
Ah, my dear apprentice, everything's gone to the devil. I'm living from hand to mouth, sleeping on straw, and the local peasants won't buy from me. They say they don't trust me, as if I was some kind of charlatan. Can you believe it? Does this look to you like the face of a swindler? I'm an honest trader in sacred goods, whose only concern is the welfare of troubled souls. And any time now the slanderous gossip will spread here from Sasau. I should leave before things get worse. But I can't go anywhere until I've made a bit of coin. So what's needed is to give the locals a bit of encouragement, to open their hearts and purses.
I'm not going to go around beating people for you.
What do you take me for? I wouldn't hurt a fly. Violence is for the dull-witted. We must gently demonstrate to them the necessity of buying my remedies. For example, to ward off a revenant.
Revenant? What revenant?
The dead, returned from the grave. A corpse that the soul is unable to depart from, which wanders among the living, filled with rage at its wretched fate.
Yeah, I saw something like that once. But it was just some drunk going home from the tavern after losing all his money at dice.
Don't make light of such things. Now tell me, do you know how to deal with a revenant?
Chop its head off and sprinkle holy water on it?
That is the traditional way of dealing with such supernatural manifestations. You are my trained apprentice, but the ignorant villager is entirely at a loss how to deal with such dark forces. It is our sacred duty to prepare them for such threats.
And how do you propose to do that?
Well, they're all doubting Thomases. They need proof. We'll need a grave, an empty grave that we can use. There's one along the way to Sasau, but it's got one minor shortcoming.
What's that?
Well, it's not entirely empty.
Not entirely? What does that mean?
You have to dig it up first.
But that's a sin.
Refusing to help the needy is also a sin. I haven't had a decent meal for 40 days and 40 nights.
My conscience is clear where your stomach is concerned. Disturbing a grave is a grave sin.
The grave is not in hallowed ground, so that's hardly worth one Lord's Prayer in penance. I asked a priest once, just out of curiosity.
Why this particular grave?
The locals don't like to talk about it, so it's surely got some sinister past behind it. And in places like that, revenants sprout up like mushrooms after rain.
Well, if that's how it is, we could open old wounds. That could easily set people against us. Again.
Then it would be best if no one could connect us to it, wouldn't it?
I'll need a spade then.
Yes, dig it up and remove the remains, leaving no trace.
And what am I to do with the remains?
Keep them. Human remains are always handy to have around.
Great. And how do we spread the word of this revenant?
There's a gossip in every village. Here too, a woman who'll spread news quicker than a dozen messengers on the fastest steeds.
And what am I to tell this gossip?
All you have to do is casually mention the empty grave, and before evening, I'll wager the whole village will know about it.
Where does this woman live?
The last house on the left, on the road to Sasau. She was the first person I met here, and by the time I reached the village green, I already had a mob looking suspiciously at me. The rumor-mongering fishwife.
And that's all?
Not quite.
So, dig...
And the remains. Don't forget to remove them. Otherwise, no one will believe in the revenant.
I might have known any task for Capon would turn into some insane escapade.
Powder made of bones.
Yeah. God be with you, good wife. Has something happened here?
Heavens no. It's quiet here, unlike some other places.
And what about that empty grave?
What empty grave would that be now?
The one beyond the village, alongside the road to Sasau. Just by the river, on the Pine Headland.
How would you know it's empty? Unless it was dug up.
Oh, it's dug up all right. Freshly. And empty. I saw it with my own 2 eyes.
Lord in heaven, what in the name of...
How come it's not in hallowed ground, anyway? Only unrepentant sinners are buried like that. Usually.
I don't like to say. It's an old wound that's best forgotten.
Whose grave is it?
Well, once a long time ago there was a young charcoal burner living here with his wife. There was always a lot of charcoal burners here, but this fellow worked alone. That's not an easy job for one man.
No one wanted to work with him, or what?
Oh, he was a hard-headed fellow who always wanted to take care of his family himself.
Well, I can understand that. It's always better to work for yourself than break your back for someone else.
His wife was expecting, though no one knew it yet. And he wasn't doing well at all. Soon enough they had nothing to eat. And so he took to thieving.
Well, I can understand him. To watch your family suffer like that. What could he do when they were going hungry?
If we'd known how badly off they was, folk would have helped out. But he kept his troubles to himself.
And did he get caught?
Well, at first it was just a few eggs going missing from people's hen coops. But then it was anything that wasn't nailed down. And in the end, they caught him.
And I suppose he was harshly punished for it.
Even then he didn't let on why he was doing it. They whipped the skin off his back and banished him from Leditchko.
So justice was done then?
It wasn't enough for some folk. When the butcher found out he'd never get any compensation, he wanted them to chop off the charcoal burner's hands. If the bailiff hadn't talked sense into him, he'd have done it himself with his cleaver.
Well, he got off lightly enough then.
And in the end, he got what was coming to him, and more.
The butcher caught up with him?
No, no. It was the mills of God turning slowly but surely. His wife bled to death in childbirth, and the child died with her.
I'm sorry to hear that. But at least he knew they were gone to a better place.
True, lad.
Nothing could have been done to save them.
There was no one there. He had no one who would care for his wife. They say on that day, he parted ways with God forever. And he turned his back on the village too. I reckon he never forgave himself. Nor us, either.
The Lord moves in mysterious ways. But how did he end up?
Don't ask me that, lad. I beg you.
Come now, good wife. You can't leave the story unfinished.
I said no. Will you let it lie?
Good day.
I know who was buried in that grave. A young charcoal burner.
So begins the tragic tale of the young charcoal burner who became entangled with the devil himself.
Oh, don't start. What devil? I'm trying to tell you. He was from Ledetchko. He was trying to eke out a living for himself and his wife, but he couldn't manage. When she fell pregnant, he took to stealing.
Pride drove him from the straight and narrow path, and soon he sold his soul to the devil to fill his stomach.
They caught him and punished him, But some of the people he'd robbed didn't think it was enough. Then when his wife died in childbirth, and the child too, he blamed everyone for it. Even God, apparently.
But when the time came to pay his debt to hell, the devil had no use for his soul, and took his wife and child instead. The charcoal burner cursed God, who struck him down in righteous vengeance. But the dead man's soul never left his body. He came back as a revenant to vent his rage at God and men and take vengeance on the living.
Jesus, did you listen to what I said at all?
Sorry, did you say something?
Well, never mind. What do you want me to do with it?
Well, the question is, what would the revenant do to get revenge on the villagers? Well, apprentice?
He was stealing food from people, right? So, supposing he started again.
We should steal from people? Disgraceful. Have you no shame?
Maybe just a few eggs from hen coops, like the gossip mentioned.
Well, that wouldn't be too serious a sin. Will they put it down to the revenant, though?
They would, if I put some charcoal there instead.
And their nourishment he turned into ash.
The gossip mentioned the butcher. It seems he was infuriated that the charcoal burner's punishment was too lenient.
And the revenant spoiled their meat with his malign touch.
How's that?
Spoiled meat is a classic example of a revenant's power.
I thought it was the work of bad butchers.
That too, sometimes.
So, I should switch the good meat for bad at the butcher's. What about the butcher woman?
What about her?
Her conscience was troubled on account of her man and she couldn't sleep. But I helped her, so she's found some peace.
So, no problem then.
What? I'm supposed to scare the wits out of her and start all over again?
All right, if you can find some other solution, you don't have to switch the meat. But I wouldn't worry about her. But make sure it's the same kind of meat. Not even a revenant will turn a cow into a chicken.
What about his wife and child? No doubt he'd want to avenge their death.
Well, how did they die?
In childbirth.
And when his love turned to rage, the water turned to blood. Nothing too original. But it's tried and tested. If you do it at the baths, everyone will hear of it.
How am I supposed to do that? It might be a bit suspicious if I'm seen walking around with a pail of blood.
No problem. There's a certain potion that will do the trick easily.
He cursed God. That's very serious.
What is it that most brings God to mind?
They don't have a church there. But everyone will have a rosary. I can't think of anything else.
That's it! If folks start losing their rosaries, they'll have sleepless nights over it.
You want me to steal rosaries?
Or just exchange them.
For what? Great.
So, switch eggs for charcoal, switch the meat, color the water in the baths, and switch the rosaries. That ought to do it. I hope so. Of course, if you come up with anything else, don't...
What if someone sees me in the...
They mustn't.
Sure. And how would I know if I've succeeded?
I'll be the first to know. Off you go.
But whatever he did, don't you think he deserves some peace?
Dear Henry, after all the poor wretch went through, I'd say he's beyond any peace.
Well, he certainly won't have any as long as I'm carrying his bones around with me.
Ah, but you know who those remains could help.
Help? Who? How?
Me, of course. And I'd pay you a nice price for a revenant's bones.
But there is no revenant.
Not yet. What do you say?
Maybe I should bury him somewhere else.
What are you saying? That would be such a waste. Anyway, if someone saw you, the whole game would be up.
Well, supposing I do it later, when the fuss has died down.
All right, if you must. But I don't know what you hope to get out of it.
At least the poor wretch will have peace at last.
Maybe.
Like in Rattay, maybe?
Well, that's probably the nearest.
True, I could have.
If you must, take care.
Tell me, is a look...
No. Good luck then. Take care.
God grant you help. Take care.
Chickens. That should be no problem.
Problems with stomach also? Buy my potion made from magical herbs.
Hey! Mother of God. What?
Good health.
Good wife.
Yes, lad. What can I do for you?
You know, I can't stop thinking about what happened to that poor wretch.
Have you no consideration for a poor...
It still troubles me
What does?
that someone just dug him up like an animal.
And what concern is it?
Because I couldn't even bury my own parent.
Several people from the village went to have it out with Lev. But then he buried his wife and child in the meadows beyond.
Lev, you say?
There's 3, roughly.
For the...
Nothing. He went back to his work, but never spoke to the villagers again.
So he died alone in the end?
Actually,
What?
no. Not long after,
And of course suspicion fell on Lev.
everyone was dead certain it was him. They all remembered his words.
No, I don't.
By burning on the pyre. But no one wanted to waste time with the Lord. But the fires,
So he was innocent?
he was.
Well, I won't condemn you for it. May he forgive you.
Thanks, lad. God be with you.
God be with you. You look a bit worried, bailiff.
How can I not be?
Ghosts?
An empty grave that they say a revenant
You don't think there's any...
No, it's nothing.
But how come the grave...
You don't need any...
But why would anyone do that?
A God-fearing Christian.
So you suspect someone?
Could be. They weren't making any trouble.
How do you know it was them?
Who else would it?
What about the Revenant?
Oh, don't you start.
A hero is what you need for a job like that.
From what I hear.
Oh, since you put it like that.
Good.
Who are these people?
Just some itinerants who...
What are they doing here?
Damned if I know.
Are they armed?
As much as any thief.
Where can I find them?
Last I heard, they were a...
That's all I need.
Good luck. Good luck, then.
Yeah! 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 Yeah!
Hey! Get the hell out of here. There's nothing here for you.
Mother of God! Hey!
Hey! Well then.
Well, I never... Hey! Who are you? What?
What are you doing? What do you want?
The bailiff sent me after you.
Oh, yeah?
Well, you better take a good look at me and think... I'm supposed to get you to leave.
What's the problem?
Someone hereabouts dug up a grave.
Sure.
Don't play the innocent lamb with me.
No.
Well, maybe you ought to.
Oh, yeah?
Because I can offer you a job.
Doing what?
Perish the thought.
Frighten who?
The Ledetchko villagers. Aye.
And how do you want us to do?
A bit of fire would be good, since the dead...
Aye.
How do you know that?
One of us is from Ledetchko.
I see.
You bet it will.
I'll put in a good word for you with the bailiff.
What?
Well, I could tell him I saw someone else near the grave.
Well,
Just make sure no one sees you.
don't worry.
I hope you're not after eggs,
Eggs? Why?
because they've almost all gone off. Can you imagine the stink?
I don't think I want to.
Terrible it is.
Uh-huh.
Enough to make you retch.
I see.
A diabolical stink.
All right, all right.
Aren't you a bit oversensitive?
Come up close and have a smell. Fresh bread. And pour yourself a bit of fresh milk to drink.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Good day, Henry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look out. What hole did you crawl out of? You've no... Greetings. Take care. Oh.
I'm on...
Take care.
What the...
Yeah.
Good day.
Greetings.
God be with you.
Entering the arena now will be Alder Fryer, a man-at-arms from Sir Divish of Townboat's garrison. And his adversary will be Henry of Skalitz from the company of Sir Radzig Kubla. Welcome, our warriors! And this very first bout will afford plenty of entertainment. We will witness a duel with longswords.
Oh dear, did that hurt?
The combatant who emerges victorious from the first round is Henry of Skalitz. The second bout will surely be no less exciting. This one may decide the winner. The combatants will engage in a duel with warhammers and shields.
Go pitch.
And shall proceed to the next round. Meeting face to face in this round will be Henry of Skalitz from the company of Sir Radzig Kubla. And he will face Olbram, known as Sparrowhawk, archery master of Kalin. Welcome, our warriors! The combatants have entered the arena and the first duel may commence. We will witness a duel with longswords. Change weapons for the second bout. Our combatants will demonstrate their skills with short sword and shield.
Bugger! Yeah!
Come over here!
Shall proceed to the next round. The first combatant will be Menhart, master swordsman from far off Frankfurt. And his adversary will be Henry of Skalitz from the company of Sir Radzig Kobyla. Welcome, our warriors. The combatants have entered the arena and the first duel may commence. We will witness a duel with longswords.
Du Hund! And now's the time to choose weapons for the next duel. Prepare to watch a fierce fight with axes and shields.
Now, now.
Lords and ladies, good men and good wives, you have just witnessed the final duel in today's Ratai tourney, for which we all owe gratitude to Sir Hanush of Laipa. All glory to the victor, Henry of Skalitz, man-at-arms in the company of Sir Radzik Kobila. His prize will be given to him by our gracious Sir Hanush.
You put on a...
Thank you, Sir Han.
Take care.
Yeah. Yeah. Sir, I won the tourney.
You're a true warrior. Here, I have something...
It's very kind of you.
merchandise from all... Greeting.
What's the recipe?
You may...
Well,
Pay close...
I'm all ear.
How once there... He fell in... But he was afraid. The pious not... This they did, anguished at the tragedy. Their body...
I thought you were going to tell...
It is...
What on earth for?
So I don't forget...
All right.
I can't remember.
Great.
You'll figure it out, my... But I know it was a simple recipe. So, all...
Sure.
God be with you.
What's the recipe?
Pay close...
I'm all ear.
How once there was a knight who he fell in love with a fragile young man, but he was afraid his prickly exterior would frighten her. The pious knight told him he would arrange a rendezvous with... This they did, but the maid anguished at the tragedy her beauty had caused. Their bodies lay together on the ground. God be with you. Ladies and gentlemen, good men.
Bread baked just this morning. What? Bread!
What do you think you're doing? I've a mind to call the guards.
What are you doing here?
Hey! Stop that! Christ, a thief!
The people, come up close and have a smell. Fresh bread, and pour yourself a bit of fresh...
Is that some new... Hey! What the fuck? You footpad!
God be with you, neighbour. How are things?
Not good, to tell the truth.
Is there something troubling you?
Indeed there is.
Oh, what happened?
You wouldn't believe it, but our hens are hexed.
Let me guess. Belling charcoal.
How did you guess?
Well, you're not the only one. It'll surely be the work of that reverend. God preserve us.
Come now. That's nothing but idle talk.
I wouldn't be so sure, what with all that's been going on round here lately.
Do you think so?
I shouldn't wonder.
How come Herman's stomping around like an angry bull?
Boo!
You there! Stop! Don't move a finger! Enough is enough! You should have thought twice.
Look,
Well...
Yeah! have any rotten eggs. If the water in the well went bad, that would frighten the villagers. But how to do it? Maybe drop something rotten in it?
God save.
Here I am, bailiff.
So, how...
I talked to those itineraries.
How can you be...
Well, those lazy beggars.
Take care.
I hope I can... God be with you.
And God be...
So?
Good work, Henry.
Ugh, I'm glad.
They have to go to the river to draw water.
Why's that?
Because their well leads all the way to hell. Did you
Me?
half the villages without roses?
And did you sell it?
I don't trade.
I didn't know a cow.
Henry, the baths are closed. No one in Ledechko would eat.
Well, at least they've got fuel.
Some folk.
So? But you just said the whole...
The whole...
Well, surely that...
That's what I thought. He needs shaking.
But if he's not been...
Well...
Yeah.
Exactly. And once he's there...
Well...
It's best to be...
The gossip woman.
And Henry, the more terrified... See you later.
What are you...
Well, because the
what?
What? Just.
Bones of solid.
There were chickens for sure. There were chickens for sure.
Bread! Bread! Rolls and pretzels!
Where are you?
What's the matter, laddie? Need to shit?
He looks like a hen. Maybe he'll lay an egg.
Rest in peace.
Ah! Watch where you're going, you lout.
How on?
If it's about...
Huh?
We're closed.
Really?
The water in the tubs.
Water turned to blood?
I wouldn't have believed...
But that's impossible.
Well, people's rosaries. The hens round here have been hacked.
Where did this revenant...
There was a charcoal burner.
Yeah, I heard of him.
Hers.
His death?
I can't tell you that.
Why blooded?
Well, the wife of that fellow.
And what about your other...
I, for now...
I hope you're not on
eggs,
because they've almost...
I don't think...
Terrible.
Yeah, chickens, I think.
Hey. Jesus. Good luck then.
Has your manhood been wilting of late? Then buy this powder made of a human.
I hope I can... Here I am, babe. Goodbye.
God be with you. God be with you.
So?
Good work, Henry. Half the village.
And did you sell it?
I don't.
I didn't know.
Henry, they have to.
Why is that?
Because. Did you?
Me?
Some fun. The baths. No one in Ledechko would.
Well, at least they've got... So? But you just said the whole...
And the more. Take care.
God's...
Good one.
You...
He even said...
Aye.
Is he brave?
I couldn't tell.
And do you believe...
Well...
What pair?
Two mates.
But he was alone.
Aye. They're not...
Who are these two?
They're not bad.
How's that?
Them two have...
What are they afraid?
The first one wouldn't...
Ah,
He got lost in the forest.
poor lad.
That he was.
What about the other... What?
Take care.
Stop right where you are.
Magical ointment. Protect you.
Here! A corpse! God almighty!
My God! God!
Bread baked just this morning. Bread!
Rare spices and tinctures, magical elixirs and amulets, miraculous. Good day.
So?
Henry,
What?
here in Ledechko.
Well, what happened?
One of the...
I see.
You should know...
Me?
Henry, you...
What does it matter?
Apparently you... May God... forget about the revenue.
What about that
You don't.
But I need it.
Take the damn rat. God be with you. What? Help! Here!
Hey, you! Halt! Surrender! You'll have to answer
For fuck's sake!
Now you've... This
I won't put up with...
If that's...
Quick! Everyone, come here!
Surrender! You're under arrest for breaking the law!
Fucker! No kurwa! What's the matter? Come on!
Yeah!
You're going to cry now.
Is that all you've got? I'm going to enjoy this. Oh dear! Did that hurt? I'll send you straight to hell.
Damn it!
Leave me be.
Hello!
Come here.
My God! God! Quick! There's a corpse there!
Don't let him get away!
Everyone here, quick!
Fucking dog!
Hey!
There's a corpse here! Over there!
greeting.
See you later.
Hey, Henry's come to see us.
Yeah.
About the tour...
I know you...
My apologies.
Really?
I was training with
Alright. You'd better...
Don't worry. I got you that potion from the
What charlatan? Once I drink this potion, the fairest...
Yeah, the butcher's door.
A rendezvous... You will hide.
I'll do what?
Here's a book of
Learn poetry.
Stop wasting time.
Are you ready, Sir Henry? Open up!
That potion tasted rather odd, and...
You're imagining it, sir.
But I feel as if I just fell face first into a nettle pack.
Well, you're just a little...
If you're sure.
Why wait?
All right, then. Tell me, Henry, how many girls have you had in your life? If you've had any at all, that is.
Well, there's been a few, but I'm sure I can't compare with you.
Ha! Very true. One day plays will be written about my amorous adventures.
Comedies or tragedies?
That might depend on how things go tonight. There's another very pretty girl living in this house here, but she's already got a suitor.
Since when has that ever bothered you?
Since the time her fellow threw me headfirst into a dung heap and kicked my arse for good measure.
It seems your future subjects don't hesitate to take a stick to you when it comes to minding the women folk.
I doubt he would have done it if he recognized me. I was, incognito.
Merciful, good people.
We're almost there. You'll hide behind a gravestone or in the bushes and don't budge from there. Otherwise you might scare her off. Hide, Henry. Time to get started.
How do you know it's her who will come out and not someone else?
She got the letter and necklace, didn't she? She knows that that is, her secret admirer is coming.
And what am I supposed to do?
What do you think, dolt? Prompt me from that book of poetry.
Who's there? I can't see you.
Your most ardent admirer, fair maid.
Uh-huh. And do you have a name?
What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would still be a flower, wouldn't it?
you saying? I can't hear you.
Gentle night, why linger on? I yearn thus for my love so long. Without her words to still my breast, who shall set my soul to rest?
Gentle night, why linger on? I earned this from my love so long. Whip out your worthy silky breasts. Who shall suck my salty bits?
No! And now my heart in sorrow dwells, from melancholic pining swells, since I, alas, was forced to part from the mistress of my heart.
I know my horses sort of well. Some alcohol from 9 to 12. Seems I always have whores apart from the mistress of my heart.
Psst. What on earth are you saying?
What's that hissing?
It's, a feral goose here in the bushes.
Ah, Lord, let me not wait in vain. I long to see my love again. O gentle sir, be of good cheer. I shall not cling to another dear.
Landlord, let me not wait in vain. I long to sing and laugh again. O gentle sir, get off your chair. I shall not bring you another beer.
Jesus, Henry! What kind of yokel nonsense are you babbling?
Me? You're the one who's babbling.
You're an odd one. I've never heard such peculiar poetry in my life. Where on earth did you come up with it?
It's the latest fashion in France.
You've done enough harm. Better shut up and leave it to me.
How did you like it, dearest?
Ah, how tender you are. Father is coming! Hide!
Who is that talking? If it's some dandy again, I'll gut him with my billeting knife.
I didn't hear anyone.
Did you hear what he said? No, I have a bad feeling about this, Hans. I think we should...
Are you still there?
Still here, my love. How could I have apart from you?
Father's coming! He'll kill you!
He will not. Because it'll never cross his mind where I'll be. Henry, it's time for me to claim my prize. Whatever happens, cover my back.
There you are, you seducer! Now you'll see how a butcher protects his daughter's honor.
Buy me time.
You got some explaining to do, you bastard!
What are you after, you bastard, sneaking around an honest citizen's house in the dark?
I went to mourn over the grave of my great-grandmother.
Oh, yeah. Then what are you doing right beneath my window, eh?
Well, the question is, why are you trampling on great-granny's grave, eh?
Enough of your horse shit. One more word, and I'll have you.
You really came.
How could I not, my dearest?
Not so fast, Prince Charming. But, since you're here...
Hey, what was that?
What was what?
That noise. I'm sure I heard a strange noise.
We're here in the cemetery.
I'd swear it came from the...
What's that got to do?
Someone's been creeping.
You're quite mistaken.
Why, you... Don't try to make a fool...
Are you all right?
You're saying I'm hearing voices in my head?
Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
I heard voices too.
Look, fellas, I was...
Whatever you are...
Good neighbour, it can't be denied that old age dulls a man's ears. I'm here alone.
But where did he get to? Unless you're covering for him.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
Jasem skutni hori kodelnikov sin.
What the fuck are you playing at? My patience is wearing thin.
Jasem skutni hori kodelnikov sin.
Jesus, stop.
Nakopeczku stala plakala. Jezu Maria, volala. Jezu Maria, Jezu jemine. Budale tu chlapec nebone. Budale tu chlapec nebone.
Christ almighty. Let's go, fellas. This one ain't right in the head.
The guards will have him for screeching after curfew. Let's not get mixed up in it. But if I ever see you here again...
Yeah. Yeah.
God be with you, lad.
How did it go with Carol?
Henry, it was the most wonderful night of my... Thanks, in part.
It was an honour, Sir Hans.
Oh, I'm not going to see her again.
Well, that's how it ends with the...
My eloquence was wasted on her, Henry. Here's the letter, Henry. Read it.
Good luck, then.
Huh? Hey! Oh. And well, I'm sure we can come to some agreement, your lordship.
Well, bearing in mind, Master Butcher, that we have nothing to come to agreement about yet.
Well, yes, sir. No, sir. Well, I thought I ought to let you know what happened. My daughter's good name could be dragged through the mud. And his young lordship's too, of course.
Well, only if she should find us... Only if she should find herself with a permanent reminder.
Well, that could happen yet, sir, couldn't it? If her belly starts to grow. You know how word gets around, and... Well, folk would assume that Sir Hans is the father. Even if some other young fellow was to come along in the meanwhile, and... Well, you know, we already know. The girl can't be watched.
Are you trying to blackmail me? Have you forgotten that I am the lord of this town, and that you are nothing but a stinking butcher?
Oh, God forbid, sir. I'm just thinking of his young lordship's reputation, and my girl's. But, of course, if his young lordship was to recognize the bastard as his own, and pay for his upbringing...
You can thank your lucky stars you're the only butcher around here. Otherwise, I'd have you out on your ear this very day.
Well, sir, I'm only...
Here, take this, you damn scoundrel, and never show your face here again.
Oh, thank you, your lordship. I'm sure this will be enough. Thank you, sir. Thank you kindly.
Blasted fool, capon. I'll wring his neck. I'll have his balls on a platter!